having such a lovely night. Normally, I don't get on this late, but my sleep schedule is like, okay. Last night, right now, I have some tacos that I was eating earlier today. Honey, this plate is hot. I got like one and a half, and then I also have an Olapop. But last night, lately, well, it started last night. I hope you guys are having such a phenomenal night. If I didn't say that, so last night I went to bed. I think it was like a little after 12, and I was scrolling on YouTube on here, and I had seen that so many people be doing lives at night. And I was like, oh my goodness, is this really a thing? And it's some people that's still on live right now that was on live last night. And I was like, they must be go live every night. So I was excited about that. And then I said, you know what? Let me come live. I'm about to eat these tacos. Well, one and a half. Not even a half, honey. Not even a half. It's like one whole one. And then a little one. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm doing. And earlier today, so I know some of you guys know that Dollar Tree prices has increased. That don't bother me. I know some people they really feel a certain type of way considering Dollar Tree prices. They used to be a dollar. Imagine that. Back in the day. And you know what? When Dollar Tree prices was a dollar, I was one of those girls who was like, you know what? I ain't shopping at Dollar Tree. Okay. And now it's so funny how now the price has increased, right? And then some people is like complaining, saying that I know from Vivian Tries, she had did a video about Dollar Tree, and she pretty much people in on her video, they pretty much was saying that some people were saying they was gonna boycott Dollar Tree. I don't know, like, would you be able to boycott? I mean, I guess you could, but the prices are the way they are because of the tariff or whatever. Okay. And so I mean, it's pretty much everywhere. It's not just Dollar Tree. Speaking of Dollar Tree, this hot sauce right here, I mean, it's not really hot like that. I want to say this is weaker than Frank's hot, but I like this because it has like that vinegar flavor to it. It's really good for a dollar. This was $1.25, child. But yeah, so people were saying this is pretty much, well, I got more, a whole one over here. Yeah, so people were saying that they was gonna boycott Dollar Tree and stuff like that. And I don't know. Because to me, it's like you gonna boycott it. Like I get it. Some of the items at Dollar Tree has drastically increased. Like those paper plates that I had seen earlier. Well, I don't know if they not made out of paper. It's like sort of has a texture like plexiglass or something. It's like a more durable plate, like a thicker plate. It's not a paper plate. And those plates, they went up to $10. I mean, for 16 plates for $10. I mean, that part I was like, all right. And then they also the inflatables. Those were $20, the inflatables, but those are the bigger ones, not the 4 feet inflatables. So I said, oh well. One of the things I'm never going back to today, I had some old rice from a few days ago. And I had used the old rice on my tacos. Do this one has? Oh, this one don't have rice. It was so good. So earlier, my oldest son was at my house, right? And we have like a really close bond. But some of you guys, now my oldest son is 22. Wait, 20? Yeah, 22. Sometimes I be forgetting their age. Honey, sometimes I forget my age. This Olapop, this strawberry and vanilla is so good. So my oldest son, he has a TikTok account, right? That is, he has like a lot of subscribers over there. I think he's probably at like 70 something thousand subscribers on his TikTok. And his videos do very well. But his videos, he talks about the same thing like when I had him come on my page about women, right? And how women cheat and all this other stuff, right? And so something came up earlier about when I was dating this guy, right? And me and this guy, we was dating. And this guy, it was a friend. Okay, so it's like three of us, we all work together. And the guy who I was dating, we sort of was like on the verge of a breakup. And I had went out to the movies with another guy, one of my coworkers. Wasn't messing around with the coworker. We just went to the movies. And so earlier, my which I believe my oldest son was probably upset about something else because he has like this theory where as though like the females he messed with, he don't want them to have any friends, any male friends. And so he felt some type of way and was bringing up things that I did in my past. And when he did it, he was like, oh, because I did mess with a married guy. I had told you guys this before, okay? Honey, it's my past, okay? But I messed with a married guy. And my oldest son, he was like being all loud. And I know the people that live here, like the guy who I don't want to say own, but the guy who house pretty much like I'm renting, right? He lives downstairs, him and his wife and kids. And my oldest son was so loud. And I think he did it on purpose. You know, like when somebody is upset already about whatever it is that they got going on within themselves, sometimes like they try to put like because you doing or because maybe you did something like that in the past, what they are experiencing now, they try to bring your past up because they upset about what they going through, right? And my sister did that too before. I remember when this guy, another coworker of mine, me and him was cool, and I remember, but the guy he was married, and me and him was just cool, and she was like, oh, she got upset, and she brought that up. because what she was going through with her marriage. And so she was like, oh yeah, you talking to that guy and he's married and all this other stuff. And that's what I noticed. Like, I'm not justifying it, but sometimes when people are hurt, sometimes they bring up things that had occurred like in your past, you know? And so I was like, oh my goodness. And even like after my son left, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, the monkey in the mind was like, oh my, everybody done heard him because he was like really loud. And then one of the things I said, I was like, oh, wow, that's my past. I did stuff in my past. I'm not a angel or whatever it is like that. I did stuff in my past. And so I'm saying that to say this, okay? Don't be ashamed of your past, okay? What you did in your past is your past. And if people bring up, a lot of the times people bring up your past is because oftentimes they have not changed. And so they bring up your past. So they try to remind you of things that you have done based upon what they got going on in their lives. So, if you're going through something where as though people oftentimes, they'll bring up your past or whatever it is like that. The past is the past. Honey, talk to me what I'm doing now, okay? Great deal today. Went to Lidl. I was so impressed. I don't like going to the same exact places. Um, I like going to different places. I don't like going to the same exact places like where a lot of people know me. Okay. Okay. I always, especially a few years ago, like I would drive all the way out 45 minutes just to go somewhere further out to do shopping, like food shopping or clothes shopping, whatever. I would drive further out because I just don't like being around the same exact thing. I like being around stuff that's different, seeing new faces. And if you are a person that's like that, that goes different places, you like getting out of your neighborhood, getting out of town, going to different places, a new town, and visiting new sites and seeing new sites and stuff, that's how you welcome change. And it's so good to welcome change. I'm so happy. Honey, you don't know how happy I am. So I said, my youngest children, they with me, well, they home from Monday to Thursday. And so yesterday, my youngest children, they left. And I knew I needed to do some Dollar Tree hauls. So today I did $4 tree hauls. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You don't know how elated I am. Okay. I'm so excited. Whoever created or said anything about batch content, like recording a bunch of videos, and then uploading, honey, kudos to you. I remember when I first started doing, I don't want to say start doing YouTube, but when I first, well, sort of, when I first started doing YouTube, I remember I felt like I had to keep on posting, right? Like I had to keep on posting. I still post, but I felt like if I did 4 whores, I would upload all 4 of those whores in one day, as opposed to spreading them out. And then the next day, I would do about 3 Dollar Tree hauls. And then the next day, so it was like a nonstop. And nowadays, you know, sometimes you gotta be grateful. Sometimes you may not see the beauty or the blessing in whatever it is that you're going through. But from my youngest children, so last week my youngest children, they had stayed home. They didn't go with their father. And from them staying home, oh my goodness, I slept. Okay. I slept. And I was even though I needed to rest, it's so funny. I still was telling my youngest children, like, let's go do a Dollar Tree haul, right? Let's go outside. My youngest children, they was not with it. They was not with it. Because last weekend, we had went and did a Dollar Tree haul. Well, we did about, I think we did like 2 Dollar Tree hauls. And it was kind of far, right? It was like kind of far out. And so this week, Sunday, no, was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. No, Sunday night. No, Saturday night. We got home so late because the train, it had stopped working. Well, it didn't stop working, but it was like a threat or something. So the train, it was delayed. By the time we got home, we was out since I think it was like 10 o'clock in the morning. From 10 o'clock in the morning all the way up until like 11:30 at night. Honey. So I guess that day alone, my children just was like, because I was telling them, I was like, let's go outside. They was like, we don't want to go outside. And at one point, I was like, if we stay in the house a lot like this, like that's not healthy. I was like, we gotta go outside. Now we only been in the house, I think, what, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We was in the house for about 3 days, like not going anywhere, just in the house. And and they was with it. They was like, no, we ain't going out. I guess they was like, when she go out, she don't come back home, right? Because when I go out with my children, we be going like pretty much for a long period of time. I like being outside. It's so funny because before I used to be like, I'm a homebody. Honey, I like being outside. And so today, since my children left yesterday, and this was another thing that I noticed with myself, right? Self-awareness, I always tell you guys, is always key, is very, very good when you are aware of the things that you do. So my youngest children, when they home, right, when they here, and on Thursdays when they ought to go to their father house, sometimes, like throughout the week, I say, "Oh, you going to your father house?" And sometimes they may say yes, sometimes they may say no, and I be like, "All right, they staying." I be ecstatic, right? Like, "Oh my goodness, they staying at home," right? And then what I notice is, and I think the reason sometimes I want them to stay home is because, like, it gives me an excuse, so to speak, to rest, right? Although I still tell them, like, let's do Dollar Tree horse and stuff like that. But also me being frustrated. right? Sometimes, and I had got this from, oh gosh, what's his name? Dr. Joe Dispenza. And he was like, sometimes is not like, it was this guy who called, no, it was this guy who was interviewing Dr. Joe Dispenza, and the guy was saying like how he eats shit, like he eats stuff that he know he shouldn't be eating, like sugar and stuff like that. And he ordered the food and he know like this is not healthy, I shouldn't be eating this, late at night. And one of the things Dr. Joe Dispenza had told the guy, he was like, maybe you do that. Oh, shoot. He told the guy, Dr. Joe Dispenza told the guy, he said, it's not that you addicted to like sugar. What it really is, you are addicted to guilt. And I was like, maybe I was being addicted to being frustrated, right? Yelling and stuff like that, because it is a habit, right? And so I started looking at that. And one of the things I said, I was like, on the weekends, I'm gonna make sure, I spend time with myself and stuff like that. And that was another thing. Like, few months ago, matter of fact, not months. I remember I used to have this thing where, so I used to say, like, you got to make sure, like, you spend time with yourself. And so I sort of reneged on it, like me spending time with myself. And I think it was a part of, oh my goodness, I'm gonna be by myself. But then when I'm by myself, it's like it's so good. like it's so good. I don't know. I don't know if you guys could relate. But anywho, um, where was I going with that? Oh, so nowadays it's pretty much me just spending time with myself on the weekends, and like enjoying my company, you know? One of the things that I had got from Miss Iyanla Van Zandt was, she said, if you don't enjoy your own company, no one will enjoy your company. If you can't even enjoy your own company. And I was like, oh my goodness, that is so true. That is so true. So I uploaded all these videos, well, 4 videos. Well, not uploaded, but recorded 4 videos today. And so tomorrow, I think I'm gonna sleep in late. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just, well, it depends, because I'm supposed to go shopping tomorrow, like food shopping, with my homegirl. But after probably I come from food shopping, I'm gonna just sleep in. Like, I'm gonna post those Dollar Tree hauls, and I'm gonna just sleep in and relax. You don't need a reason to sleep in, okay? Like, and I have said this time and time again, we hear so many people saying like so many different things, like, oh, you got to wake up at this time in the morning if you want to be successful. You got to do this if you want to be successful. You got to do all these different things in order for you to be successful. And oftentimes it's like we get so caught up listening to all these different people, but when do we listen to ourselves, like our intuition? You know, when our intuition is saying rest, when our intuition is saying, take a break or whatever it is like that. Like, when do we listen to that voice? So, with that being said, I've been on here 23 minutes. Okay. I love you guys. Make sure you guys catch up with the Dollar Tree video that I did today, the Dollar Tree whores. Until next time. Peace.